We're going for Taco Tuesday today. We're going West Coast style, baby. I know that it's not Tuesday, okay? But it comes around every single week. It's like every week there's another Taco Tuesday. So you can make this any Tuesday. You can really make it any day you want. But if you've been watching, we've been doing on Sundays, we've been doing a big green egg tutorials, basically from the start of what you can do with your big green egg on. So we're gonna combine the two, and I'm gonna show you something really cool. Two-zone cooking using the expander. We got this beautiful tri-tip from Meat and Bone, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna reverse sear it. So we're gonna cook it indirect first, we're gonna drop it down and cook it directly over the hot flaming coals and give it a beautiful sear. We're gonna make some gorgeous tacos. We got cheese, tomatoes, cilantro. We're gonna make guacamole. Holy guacamole, this is gonna be so fantastic. So let's get started on our prep work. Before we get started prepping our food, the first thing I wanna do is I wanna load this up with charcoal and explain to you how we're using the expander to do a two-zone cooking system. It's actually pretty cool. If you look down in here, we've got our charcoal basket in here. I've got the divider in, and I've got some used charcoal from the last time that we cooked. Now, what I learned in our last video that we did about charcoal was that this old stuff is gonna take longer to come to temperature. It's gonna not burn quite as hot as our new stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some new fresh charcoal and add it in. I happen to have a bag right here. How lucky for me. I'm gonna start with a couple of FOGO starters here. Grab a couple out of here, and we're just gonna set them right down here, right in the middle, where we want our fire to start. Okay, nice new pair of gloves. Let's get our meat opened and seasoned. Grab my old knife roll here out, my FOGO knife roll no less. Pretty cool, right? Let's see, I think today we will use this one. Be very careful when you're taking your knives out of here. Let's just talk about this beautiful American Wagyu tri-tip that we got from Meat and Bone. In case you're not sure who they are, they're a company here in Florida. They're a butcher shop, meat store. They deliver nationwide. You can order anything from them. Go on their website. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link to the description down in there. We're good friends of ours, and we really love their products. So now we want to clean this up. We want to take some of this silver skin and fat off the top here. All right, you don't have to get it all, but we want to get a good portion of it off. So we're just going to give it one of these here. Give it a little trim. Take this off of here. Now, let's talk tri-tip for a second. It's a little bit different cut of meat. It actually got really popular on the West Coast first, out in California. They're using it a lot out there. Now you'll notice the grain runs in two separate directions. It's where the joints meet, where the muscles meet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it whole, but when we cut it, you wanna be careful how you slice it. We wanna slice it right down this line here. So I like to give myself a little cheat and just cut it here and give a little cut right here so that I'll know when I'm done. I wanna cut from here to here, and that's a straight line, and it's gonna give me great. So once it's cut, we're gonna slice it like this, and this one we're gonna slice like this, because they go in two different ways, and you always want to cut your steak across the grain for eating. Now, as the egg's coming up at temperature, we're gonna season this up. So what we're gonna use today is some Spanglish Asadero all-purpose seasoning. It's got a beautiful taco-y kind of flavor, shall I say. It's loaded with cumin and all sorts of good stuff. So keep one hand on with the glove. We're gonna season it up with this other hand. So it's all seasoned up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit here, let the meat sweat out of it, grab that seasoning and pull some of that flavoring back into the middle of the meat. We're gonna let that go, but in the meantime, we're gonna put our expander back in here. I've got this set up for two-zone cooking. I think you saw already that the one side has charcoal in it, one side has nothing. So this is gonna be our hot side, this is gonna be our cool side. We're gonna cook it on this side first at about 250, 275 degrees till it hits like 125 internal temperature. After that, we're gonna let this really rip, get this super hot and sear it. On this side, give it a beautiful crust on the outside. It's gonna be fantastico. So while the grill's heating up and waiting to put our meat on, let's go ahead and prepare our vegetables. We're gonna start with the onions. Now, a traditional way is nice, super thin slices. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, let's get to work on this baby. We're gonna be monitoring our temperature in our meat with our meter thermometer. Once again, as I always say, there is a link in the description down below. Now we wanna put this in the thickest part of the meat. We want it to be nice and right in the middle because we wanna get an accurate temperature reading, and it's in the thickest part. 250 degrees, let's put the meat on. Let's grab our beautiful tri-tip here. Lay it right on the indirect side. Beautiful. The internal just hit 121 and we're ready to pull this off. Tong check. Tong check. They're ready to go. Couple things. We just pulled our meat off, which is looking beautiful. So we're gonna leave the grill open. I opened up all the vents. I'm gonna leave it open. I want the other side now. I want that fire to really rage up and get it super hot so we can sear it on those cast iron grates. Should be beautiful. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the meat aside. We're gonna take some avocados. Ooh, and we're gonna make some guacamole, authentic guacamole. Avocados, cilantro, lime, and a little bit of salt. And that's all that's going in this. Now, why did Ron take the meat off, then make the guacamole, then let the grill heat up and everything like that? The reason is you want to let your meat set. After it's done getting to your internal temperature, you want it to set for at least 10 minutes. It redistributes all that juice inside the meat, and when you cut into it, you're not going to have juices all over your cutting board. You're going to have juices inside your steak. A more tender, more flavorful bite. Now let's get this baby on for a sear. All right, we got about 1.5 minutes searing on that side. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what we're looking for. Look at that nice color. We got our searing done on this side. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, nice and pretty. Look at that. Bring it over to our cutting board. Look at that. Remember those 2 little notches I cut there and there? Now we know exactly where to cut it. There's no mistaking it.
What time is it?
It's taco time. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna grab one of our beautiful tortillas, nice and warm on the grill here, and load it up with meat. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 slices is a pretty good amount of meat on here. So next thing I like to do, I go in a certain order because that's just how I roll, okay? So we're gonna take some of this nice, beautiful, fresh guacamole. Now I'm gonna go with a little bit of tomato. Now we got some onion, nice thin sliced onion. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. And last, we're gonna take a little bit of cotija cheese, all right, and crumble it across the top here. Not a lot, just a little bit for some flavoring. Nothing will be complete without my favorite sauce. This Don Pancho cilantro lime crema is just ridiculous. And once again, the food is ready and the family appears. It's like a magic show. I should go on and get a magic show. Create some food, my family appears.
Only if I can be your assistant.
Fair enough. She makes a great assistant, doesn't she? This is my daughter, Caitlin, in case you don't know. Say hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
She gets it from her dad. So, these are our tacos. We got tri-tip tacos.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't like that at all, right? You can't have any of this.
But, well,
No.
nice,
All
everybody.
right. You can. Let's try them, because I'm just dying to. This has been a process making them and building them. So go ahead. Oh, yeah. All right, let's give me a little squeeze, too. Extra lime juice never hurts. Ready?
Cheers.
Here's to Taco Tuesday. Hope they don't talk about us too much. That's no good.
Okay, I'll have yours.
No, it's really good. Okay, bueno. Oh my God, that is really good.
That is seriously so good.
So this is an American Wagyu tri-tip from Meat and Bone.
Wow.
Yep. We put this Spanglish Asadero all-purpose seasoning on it. Reverse seared it. Absolutely beautiful. Made nice fresh guacamole. Hey, if you want to preserve your guacamole, take your pit out of the avocado and just bury it in your guacamole. Put it in the refrigerator. Put a saran wrap over it and make sure it's pressed down onto the guacamole. It won't turn brown, okay? You'll have at least a couple more days than what you'd normally have. It's just an awesome taco. Did you eat your whole thing already? I love this kid. Anyway, these are awesome. I know we say that a lot, but I do tell you when things don't come out right too. These turned out awesome. Reverse sear worked great again on the big green egg, as always. And a guacamole, we did a traditional guacamole. There's no pico or anything like that. It's just cilantro, salt, and lime juice. That's it.
That's my favorite.
So there's the tacos, folks. Go ahead and make these at home. They're super easy and they're super good. Call Meat and Bone, get your meat. Call FOGO Charcoal, get your charcoal. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off now because I want to finish eating this. Remember to get out and grill, and we'll see you next time on the FOGO Life.